Hello, my name is Mcom, and I'm going to be telling y'all why gas cars are better than electric cars. So the three main reasons that I think so are because the cost reasons, driving range, like how many miles you can go on one tank, and the refueling and recharging reasons. So gas-powered cars are a better choice for many drivers because they are more affordable up front, offer longer driving ranges, and can be refueled quickly and easily compared to electric vehicles. So getting into the first point, the cost. The upfront cost, electric vehicles tend to be higher. As you can see, a Ford F-150 is about $40,000, and the Ford F-150 Lightning, which is obviously the electric version, is $54,000. So that's a good, like, almost $15,000 more. And then Hyundai Kona, which is basically just like a small SUV, is $22,000, and the electric version of that is $35,000. So again, about like $13,000 more. And I got that from this article on a website called caranddriver.com by Roberto Baldwin in 2022. So that was about 3 years ago. So prices have changed, but the electric is still more. Another example is the Tesla Model 3, which is basically just like the average Tesla, like a car. That's $45,000. And then I compare that to a Toyota Camry, like the way it looks, the way it performs and everything. And again, it's like $13,000 cheaper. Another cost you should worry about is repair cost. On average, an electric vehicle needs its battery replaced about 8 years. So that's not that great. And then these batteries can cost between $5,000 to $20,000. And that's a pretty high number. And it's because like the battery is like the engine and like everything that a gas car would need, but it's electric, so it doesn't have all that. So it's just a battery. And then electric cars have an easier time getting damaged, whether that be flood, a fire, and battery damage. So flood, I mean, obviously if it gets flooded, it's electric, so it's gone. But even like if it's raining and like you run over a puddle, like the water splashes everywhere, that could damage a sensor and that could mess everything up. Fire, I mean the battery, it has a lot of electricity in it and it could end up catching on fire, just like the hoverboards did back then. And then battery damage, as you can see on the top picture, the battery is like the bottom of the car. So if you like run over something and it gets scraped, that's straight to the battery right there. And then compared to a gas vehicle, the average shop visit for a gas car is $300 to $500, which obviously that depends on like what exactly you need to get replaced or fixed. But overall, it's better to get a gas car for price. Another thing you got to worry about is electricity bill. So this is for if you have a charger at home. It could add up to $200 monthly to your electricity bill. With a gas car, you'll never have to worry about that with an outrageous electricity bill. Besides cost, you'll want to know about how far you can drive on one tank. So the average electric vehicle can go about 200 to 300. Obviously that'll vary. Some electric vehicles are like designed for longer trips. And then on average, the gas vehicle can go 400 to 500. For example, I have a Toyota Tundra that's a 30-gallon tank, and it could go about 450. So it's a pretty good thing. And I got that information from a different article on the same website, caranddriver.com. This one's by Eric Stanford, 2024. Let's see. So this is like to show you how far exactly you can go within miles. So Lubbock to Abilene is 166. And then Lubbock to Cisco is 211. And that's really where you would want to stop if you're traveling east from Lubbock. Like that's where you want to stop if you recharge. And that's not very far. Lubbock to Fort Worth is 314. Lubbock to Tyler, which is where I'm from, is 443, and I could make that one tank if I wanted to. Then, other states, Lubbock to Colorado Springs is 476, so you can still get there in one tank for the gas. And then Lubbock to Las Vegas is almost 900. So obviously you're gonna need to refill, but that's only one tank for a gas, and you'd have to recharge multiple times if it was electric. So recharging, it can take up to 20 minutes or up to 24 hours plus. It really really just depends on like how much battery you already have and what type of charger you use. So there's two type of home chargers you can buy. There's a level 1 that'll, if your car is like low battery, it'll take a lot longer to charge, like over 24 hours. And the average is like, you will get 5 miles per hour of being charged. So obviously you're supposed to charge it overnight and everything. But a level 2 is between 4 to 10 hours, and you'll get about 25 miles per hour of charge. And so those are the home chargers. A fast charger is the ones that you'll see like at the gas stations or Buc-ee's or anything. Those will give you about 250 miles per hour of charge. And the weird thing about those is you can get up to 80% within 20 minutes. So it's basically like within 30 minutes, you'll get up to 80%, and then it's like the last 20% that'll take longer. I don't know why that is. It's just another weird thing about electric vehicles. And I got all that information from DukeEnergy.com. Let's see, refueling. The time it takes to fill up on a gas car is 5 to 7 minutes. Everyone knows it's quick and easy. And also gas stations are extremely more common than chargers. Like if you think about it, like not every single gas station you go to will have chargers, but everyone will have gas pumps. So the rarity of them is there's only 70 charging posts in Lubbock. And 70 might be a big number, but if you think about it, like that's really not, like we have way more than 70 gas stations in Lubbock, I would think, so it's not that many. And then Texas is ranked 41 in having the most charging stations, so we're like almost last. We're 9 away from last. That's not very great, so that's why you should also prep a gas car. And then Texas has 2,472 charging stations, like total. And the map will show you where they all are. And like, as you can see, the Lubbock area, there's not many around you. So like, another thing is you would have to like call, or you'd have to plan your trips in advance to like know exactly where you're gonna stop, and do all that. And I mean, who knows, maybe that place is out of electricity or something. So then what, you're kind of screwed. But if it was a gas car, you just go right down the street and there'd be another gas station. So my call to action is, I would assume maybe like if a couple of y'all have an electric vehicle in here, I would consider y'all to change to gas, but I would assume most people in here have gas vehicles, so I say stay with them. And yeah, they're better. So thank you.